Good morning. Today we're going to be looking at themes on the Windows 10 desktop, personalizing your computer so it shows and looks like you would like it to, something you enjoy working with, looking at as you're using your computer day to day. So let's get to our desktop and I'll share that with you now. So here we are on my desktop. Right now I've got a theme of musical instruments, and so it's set to scroll and change scenes periodically, and that's something you can do. So it's not just a static picture that's always there, but it's a group of pictures that takes turn going through random order. And so let me show you how to get to it. There we go, it just transitioned to a symbol. So one way to get to it is right-click your mouse. Remember, right-click pulls up a menu of options. And then we're going to go to personalize, and so you're going to left-click that on your mouse so that you're selecting it. And when that pops up over here on the left, you're going to have several options, background, etc. But really what we want is we want themes. All right, and so when I click on themes, you'll notice that it's showing my musical arrangements theme. And so it's got 8 images, you'll notice here, and it's got a specific color palette and sounds and mouse cursor that are all tied in together with this particular theme. And you can also get different themes, which I'll show you how to get to in a minute here, and they have different palettes, they have different mouse cursor buttons, etc. And so it's a whole group of settings that you're kind of downloading at once. And so, for instance, you know, your computer will have a default theme when you get it, and that's probably one of these Windows Lite, Windows 10, 5 images, that kind of thing. But you can get more themes in Microsoft Store. You see here this? So I'm going to click on this icon, and that's going to take me to the Microsoft Store, and it's going to take me right to the themes. And you'll notice that these are free, and if there's ever some themes that are going to cost you, it'll show you that down at the bottom. But you can pick anything you want. Autumn in Sweden. I've got some Swedish in me, so I'll go ahead and I'll click that. My picture might be in the way, but up here it tells us it's free, and then it tells us to get. And so let me minimize this in case this helps. So I'm going to hit get, and what that will do is it'll go out and it will download that theme, and you'll see that it's going to have 14 images in it. Remember, the default Windows had 5 images in it, so this has 14. One of the things that I haven't found yet is how to preview the 14 images to really see, is this really something that I want to do? So I'm going to show you kind of a workaround once you've downloaded it, but in terms of prior to downloading it, I don't see where you can check all the various 14 pictures to see if you're really going to be happy with it. Now you'll notice this has changed from get, G-E-T, to apply, and when I click this, it's actually going to apply it instead of my musical arrangements. It should put those Swedish pictures here as my theme. So we'll see if that actually happens, or if I'm going to have to click down here. I'll actually do that right now. I'm going to minimize and minimize again. Did you see how I did that? And we're still back at the instruments, okay? So you see the gear down here at the bottom. That's where we were working from. That had opened automatically when we clicked Get New Themes. So now I've got Change Theme. So I can select any one of these that I like. And so I'll hit the Autumn in Sweden. And you'll notice a couple things. First of all, it now put it up here. And secondly, you'll notice that the colors changed. So let me minimize again. So here we go. Here's one of the pictures within that theme. I like that. That looks good. And of course, I still can't see all 14 pictures. So I'll just have to, as I work in my computer, I'll see them one at a time. Oh, there we go, right here. So under background, okay, so now it's just dealing with the particular picture. It's using a slideshow from the theme, of course, and it's using each picture for 1 minute, and then it changes, and it's going to be going right in order through the folder. But if I clicked on here to shuffle, then it would pull it up randomly. And then if obviously it's going to take some battery power to have it run that slideshow and transition and so forth. And so if you're concerned about battery power, you can keep this off so that it won't do it when you're just on battery, but when you're plugged in, it will. And so you can decide there. For Choose Fit, I've got it on fill. However, you can change how you want it to look. And usually if you're going to download from Windows Store, just leave it on fill and default. But if you wanted to put your own pictures in here, you actually could. And then depending on the aspect ratio of the pictures you've taken, you may want to change it to fit or stretch, or etc. And so maybe I'll show that to you in a minute. All right. Now colors, as I mentioned, it's going to choose the colors based on the theme, and it can even choose colors a little bit based on the particular picture within the theme, which is kind of neat. And lock screen, when you first open your computer, this is the picture that's going to be displayed, and by default it's a picture that Windows selects for you. And they even, every day when you pull it open, there's going to be a spot over on the left where you can tell them you like it or not really, and then they'll send you more of what you like. So that's kind of neat. And again, fonts are usually just by default. I don't usually mess with those, but you can. And so all of these nice little details, I generally just let the theme select them all, and then I don't mess with it. If you really want to get into it, then you can do all kinds of custom things. All right, so let me minimize this. Oh, here's another, it's changed of course, and I like that. I like that a lot. All right, so the next thing that I want to do with you is I want to show you, what if there's a picture you don't especially like? How do you get rid of it? What do you do? So let me take that to you. Now, what if there is a particular picture within that theme that you don't like? Or how can you look through all the pictures in that theme and see what they are? Like I said, you have to download it first in order to accomplish that, is the only way that I've found so far. But what you do is you come down to this white search box, and you're going to type in the following words, and I am going to post it in the notes on the video so that you can just copy and paste. But it's localappdata /Microsoft /Windows /themes. That's where they're stored. And notice they also have these percentage signs with it, and that's going to be important. But when you paste this information in that search bar and then hit enter, it's going to take you directly to that particular folder. So you'll see that it's within this computer on local disk C under users, and my particular user is called just show me once, app data, local, Microsoft, Windows, themes. So that's where it's located, way deep into the Microsoft folder. So it's a little hard to find it, yourself. So this will take you right there. And so here is the folder with the pictures in it. These are all the themes that I've downloaded thus far, and I believe this one should be the Swedish one, and you're going to click on desktop. Excuse me. You're going to click on desktop background, and here are all the pictures that are within that. There should be 14 of them. Now these are too small for me to really see and work with, so what you do is you go up to View, and it's on large icons, so I'm going to change it to extra large icons, and now I can get a much better idea of what is within that theme. All right, so these are the first time I'm seeing these, and so I'm going to live with these for a little while and see what I think. I like my quick overview of what I see. I like the colors. I like the quality, of course. That's something that they're good at Microsoft, making sure that the pictures are of good quality and so forth. For some reason, just my eye, I'm into animals, I don't mind animals, but my eye doesn't really like this one. And this one, the proportion of the sky versus the green grass, my eye doesn't really like it, but I'm gonna live with it and see for a while. But let's come back up to other themes. You see, I'm gonna click on this one, and that'll take me up to the themes that I've already downloaded. But remember, when we started, I had the musical one. So I'm going to open that up, and I clicked it too fast. So you're not the only one who has a problem clicking sometimes. So I'm going to click out, and then I'm going to double click musical again. There we go. Now let's pretend that I had problems with double clicking. Try right clicking over the folder you want, and that should pull up the options, and then left click open, and then you don't have to worry about double clicking. So this is my musical instrument one. All right, now these are all fine, but you know what, this one isn't my favorite. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna click it once, and I'm gonna hit delete, which I can do right on the keyboard, but I'm gonna see if, there we go, under the home tab, there's a delete button. You see how I've highlighted it? I'm gonna hit delete. So now that particular picture is not going to be in the rotation. All right, let me show that to you again. I'm gonna go to themes, and I'm gonna pull up Alaskan. All right, I've got another one, Alaskan, and I'll do background, desktop background for those. It didn't want to cooperate, so I'm going to do the open thing. All right, so here's my Alaska one, and I like all those. Again, I'm crazy a little bit, but this isn't my favorite. Maybe it's the lighting, maybe it's a little too dark, whatever. So I'm just going to select it and hit delete, and now that one won't show up in the rotation. All right, so that's kind of a neat little thing you can do to kind of clean up, because there's always going to be one or two that, it's not that they're a bad photo. Come on, these are great photos, but that just doesn't hit what you like. Now let me show you one more thing, and so I'm going to get back to my desktop. So here's another nice one, all beautiful pictures. All right, now let's pretend that you want to go and get another theme. And let me just show you another way to get to it. You could click on your Windows icon at the bottom left, and you could go to Microsoft Store. You see this icon, Microsoft Store? All right, so if you were just going to Microsoft Store, what you could do is you could click in the search bar and just write themes, and there at the top is Windows Themes, get your theme. So I'm gonna click on that, and here we are with a whole bunch of themes that you can select from. And you can cursor down, you'll see that there's a whole variety of things depending on what you might like. All right, all kinds of color palettes, whatever catches your eye, whatever is of interest to you, all kinds of themes to select. Let me show you one more thing. let's pretend you would like to have your own pictures on the screen as your theme. Well, that is possible as well. So again, we're going to right click, we're going to go to personalize and left click that, and we'll go to themes again. And right now here's the Swedish theme lined up. But you see where it says use custom theme? I'm going to click on use custom theme. All right. And then I'm going to go to background. All right. And it's going to show a slideshow, and it's going to change the picture every 30 minutes. But you remember our other themes do it every minute. So we'll just keep that similar, that every minute it's going to change. But here is the key thing for you. I've already have one selected, but you're going to have to click Browse. And in my case, I'm going to go to Pictures, and I'm going to select this one just for fun. I'm going to say choose this folder. And so it is now choosing one of the folders in my photo album. And so if I go to, there we go, we now have a theme that involves your own pictures. Perhaps you remember that down here where you choose a fit, this is when you might want to mess with this because I just hit stretch, and you see now it stretches that picture. That does not make this look good, by the way, in case you were wondering. I'll go back down here, and I'm going to put center. All right, and here's why. Because this particular picture does not have the same aspect ratio as the screen. I don't know, is my screen is 16:9 or something, 16:9, whatever it is. But anyway, this picture is not that same aspect ratio, therefore it does not fill the screen nicely. So when I hit fill, then that's a problem. But if I hit fit, let's see what fit does. Okay, so it fit it to the height of the screen, but it did not fit it to the width of the screen. Let's see what fill does. Fill, I'm going to say, did the width of the screen and overlap things for the height. Okay, because it's trying to deal with the fact that the aspect ratio of the photo that we've selected is not the same. Now let's show you what title is. I don't think you'll like it. Are you ready? Or tile, rather. It multiplies the picture to fill the screen. I don't especially like that one for sure. And let's do one more. Span. Let's see what span does. All right. I'm not exactly certain how to explain what span does, but there you have it. So if you're going to put your own pictures in here, oh, there we go, there's another picture. So if you're going to put your own pictures in here, I usually pick center. But you'll notice that whatever photos are in that folder are going to show up on your screen, even if they're sideways. And so there's other ways to fix photos that are sideways. Maybe I'll do all that on the next one. So there you go. I hope you have a wonderful day and enjoy making your computer look like something you enjoy. All right, bye-bye.